Hey, what's up everybody, Retro Gaming Guy here. Today I'm going to do a video unlike what I typically do here on the channel, and this video is going to be done because I've been getting a lot of emails from people asking me what my experience was selling on Amazon, and it's people that are either selling on Amazon now, running into some issues, or it's people that are considering selling on Amazon, and they want to hear the pros and cons from somebody that went through it and ultimately decided to walk away from Amazon. So this is going to be, the reasoning behind my decision to leave Amazon, what I went through. So if it's not for you, as a viewer of the channel that is typically based around emulation and retro gaming in general, I totally understand. No hard feelings if you hit that X on this video. But I was going through novel length emails to so many people, I figured let me just bite the bullet, put together a quick video or fairly quick video, and just talk about my experience. And, the people that are interested are going to see it. Those that aren't can just hit that X. So I sold on Amazon for about 2 years. Now I was inactive on there for a while though, so I didn't consistently sell on there except for the last 5 months or so. And a lot of people will think when you talk about, walking away from Amazon, they think, oh, well, you just didn't want to pay the commissions because the commissions are high. They are high. But in my opinion, commissions on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Mercari, any mainstream marketplace platform, they're 100% justifiable because you're getting your products in front of millions and millions of the platform's users. So each one of these platforms has millions of users. As long as you're selling something that's relevant and that people are searching for, you're going to get sales, you're going to get views on your items. So I never had an issue paying. Obviously, nobody wants to pay a commission, but it's part of business. It is what it is. I think it's 100% justifiable and it makes sense to me. So that was never the issue. My issue with Amazon was the payout schedule. And the payout schedule was if you sold something on Tuesday, you would get paid 30 days later. So that's about 3 to 4 weeks later. Now, sometimes there didn't seem to always be rhyme and reason to it. Sometimes I'd get a payment early. Sometimes I would get it right at that 30-day mark. But it was typically at least 3 weeks. So that was a major issue for me for a number of reasons, which I'll get into. But comparing that to something like eBay, I've been selling on eBay, not always consistently, but my account has been active on eBay for about 10 years now. And prior to that, I had a different account. So I've been selling on eBay actually for close to 15 years, just with different accounts. So with eBay, the way it is now, if I sell something today, I'll get my money in 2 days, in my account in 2 days. So if I sell on Tuesday, Thursday, that money is sitting in my account waiting for me. Now, I've been on there for a while. I have all positive reviews for the most part. So that does contribute into why I get paid quickly. I think if you're a new user, you're going to have a little wait period and you have to prove yourself and make sure that you're not scamming people and all that. But I think they hold your money. It might be a period of 20 days or 15 days, when you get first established on their platform. Amazon does, for me anyways, it may differ for people based on their volume. For me, it was 3 weeks to, 30 days, whatever that period of time was, where you wouldn't get paid. You would have to wait that period of time, whether you sold a $8 video game or a $150 console. So that became a problem because what I ended up having happen to me was I was selling mostly consoles. That was where the big money came in. And what I would do was I would sell, if I had 10 in stock, I would find that I would sell 10 in 2 days. If I had 30 in stock, I'd go through 30 in 3 or 4 days. If I didn't get paid for 30 days, I would run out of money really quickly. So I would sell out my inventory and I wouldn't have the money in hand to then go out and reinvest. So I would sell and make a ton of money in a short period of time, but then I'd be stuck for another 2 weeks waiting for that money to come in before I could reinvest and buy more stuff. So it was almost like you would work for a week and then have 2 weeks just kind of twiddling your thumbs, waiting for your money to come in to continue trying to grow your business. So rather than having an incline that was like this, where you're growing a business, you would have spikes. You would go up really quickly, make a ton of money, and then you would come right back down because you didn't have that money in hand to go out and rebuy inventory to clean up, sell, and, move your business forward. So what I ended up doing to try to, take that spike and bring it up even higher was I would take my credit cards and I would buy more inventory on the credit cards, clean it all up, continue the business, and I would get myself another week or two. Then I'd get the first money in, but then I'd have to pay off the credit cards, or I'm going to have to start paying interest on it. And I always just felt like it would just spiral out of control, where I just felt like I was doing all this work, making all this money, but waiting for it. When it finally came in, I had to pay out, credit card bills. I had to reinvest more to move forward. I just felt like it was just like this. I was on the hamster wheel just spinning always. And I never felt like I was getting anywhere. And I was clearly getting, places. I was making good money, but it just wasn't coming in consistently enough where I felt like I was ever to the point where I had money on hand. And I just felt like I was working so hard to maintain. It just became crazy for me. So with places like eBay, and I sell on eBay fairly consistently, when you have that money in 2 days, you can reinvest it, you can pay your bills, you can do whatever you need to do with it then, not 3 weeks from then. So that was the big issue there. The other issue was the competition on Amazon is insane. So let's take games like this, for example. With the consoles, the competition wasn't as bad because, again, I offered high quality items, cleaned up. I had the positive feedback backing me up. So, I didn't have to be the lowest price. I was the quality price. I was the $30 more for, a more attractive buy. With something like this, a game, for example, there can be 100 people selling the same game. So everybody's constantly trying to be the lowest price because on a computer screen, nobody cares who they're buying it from. They just care about paying the least amount for the best item or best version of an item they can possibly get. So I could be trying to sell this for $9. There could be 30 people trying to sell this for $7, and I'm nowhere in the ballpark. There's a $2 difference there. I'm never going to get anybody looking at my price. They're going to be looking at the $6 and $7 or the $7 and $8 prices. So what ends up happening is I go on there and I want to sell this quickly. So let's say that the cheapest price is $7.50 and it's good condition. All right, I have excellent condition, right? So I'll sell for the same price. Well, now everybody else that was in that same price range is going to get a notification that there's somebody out there selling for their price with better condition. Now they're going to take that item that they're selling and they're going to lower the price. And that just keeps going on and on and on. So you might start with something that's $15 and next time you sign on 6 hours later, it's no longer at $15, it's at $13. So now you have to readjust your price to even be in the ballpark, to even show up on people's computer screen. And that just keeps going. So you might now bring it from 15 to 13. Next day you sign on, lowest price is $12.50. But now if you haven't sold the item already, you got to lower your prices to still be competitive to a point where you would have any chance of selling it. So in a world where since COVID, everything seems to be increasing in value or in price, gas has gone up, groceries have gone up, literally just the cost of living in general has gone up. On Amazon as a seller, the price is constantly going down unless you're creating your own product line where you're not going to have that competition. If you're selling items that other people are selling, like this, like the consoles, everybody's competing, everybody's bringing their prices down. And the only time I could ever bring my prices up was if everybody underneath me sold out. Then I can bring it up a little bit, but that has to be on something where there's not a high quantity of items available. So with the Xbox consoles, for example, the most there ever was on there selling an Xbox original console was I think like 15 people. And if I had, 10 or 15 of them in stock, I had the majority of them. So, there could be somebody that pops on and, underbids me and sells out. They might have three units total. They could sell those units in a day. So I only have that competition from one person for that one day. And then after that, I might be the lowest price again, or again, I might be that quality price that is a little bit more that people are willing to pay. So that was the issue for me. It was mainly the money, having that 3-week process of just waiting for your money and always chasing it just made for a really stressful lifestyle for me. It made it impossible to grow consistently. Again, the best way to describe it was just those spikes. You would spike up with getting a ton of sales in a short period of time, and then you would spike equally the same way for the next 2 weeks, waiting for that money off the first ones to come in before you could do it again. I'd rather, and what I ultimately decided to do was to go off on my own and to settle for less each week, but over, a full month, I would get paid and I would have that money in hand right away versus having to wait the 3 weeks. It ended up being the exact same thing. I didn't sell, that many units on my own website. I still don't. But over the course of a month, I'll sell exactly what I did in that first week on Amazon, and it all balances out to the exact same money, coming in. It just comes in more consistently to the point where I can keep up with everything and continue to move forward this way. So now another downside that I have with any marketplace is that if you're investing your business and yourself in selling on somebody else's marketplace, you're giving them final say on everything that you do and everything that you try to sell. So if I go out and I buy 100 Xbox consoles, not that I ever would, but let's say I bought 100 Xbox consoles and that's what I was going to sell. That's the only thing I was going to invest my time in selling. The next day after I make that purchase and I think I'm going to start selling and getting my money back, Amazon or eBay or whoever you're selling, whoever owns the platform you're selling could say, we're putting a restriction on these items, so you can no longer sell them anymore. You're kind of screwed. You just invested all your money in selling your product on their platform, and they just told you you're not able to sell that product anymore. So then what? You have to go to another platform, reestablish yourself there, and try to sell your inventory that way. And that's happened to me. That's happened to me with a lot of products actually on Amazon where you have to get approval from the manufacturer to continue to sell. And that actually just happened with Xbox consoles. Luckily, I was heading out the door when that happened. But you can get approval in a lot of cases, but there's certain products and manufacturers out there that will not give you approval. Sometimes it's as simple as just hitting get approval and they'll instantly give you approval. Sometimes you have to go through an approval process with the manufacturer, or sometimes you just have to prove to Amazon that you obtained those items direct from a manufacturer so they can verify that they're authentic. It varies, manufacturer or brand to brand. But for me, with the original Xbox consoles, if I had to go through that approval process, it would be a nightmare because original Xbox consoles are no longer made. So yes, they're a Microsoft product, but how could you get a Microsoft account for a product that they no longer sell? How could you be a distributor for past products like that? They'll give you approval to sell their products, but you have to also sell current products too. So you'd have to sell, current consoles or some of their computer products to fall under their umbrella of being one of their resellers or retailers. So there's a lot of moving parts to pretty much anything that you do there. There's a lot of red tape you have to cut through to get yourself in a situation where you're consistently selling. And it's just a tough market to get into. It really is. I've seen these viral videos of people walking through, Sam's Club or Walmart or BJ's, and they're buying stuff off the rack and they're scanning it with these fancy apps that read all the Amazon data, and they figure out, hey, we can buy from Walmart at this price and sell on Amazon for that price. And it all makes sense when you look at the numbers, but there's so many hidden fees and there's so much competition that's not documented that makes it super complicated. There was one video I saw where I think it was Fiji water. Basically, the guy was saying you can set up a wholesale account with Fiji, and I think it was, don't quote me on Fiji, but I think it was Fiji water. You could set up a wholesale account for Fiji water. You'll get it for, let's say it was $1. I'm not sure the exact price of Fiji water, but let's say it was $1. And then you can go on Amazon, you can sell it for $5. And it was something like that. I don't think it was $5, but it was something where the amount of profit you would have was reasonable, where somebody would consider it. And then they showed the volume, and you can sell an asinine amount of volume on Amazon if you have the right product and you're doing a good job on there. You can make a lot of money selling, even if it's just $1. If you sell 20,000 units and you're only making $1, but it's $1 cleared, that's still $20,000. So there are ways to make money, but you got to do it in a way where it works for you. And for me, I just couldn't do it in that way. I needed the money quicker to continue to grow. So there's ways to do it right and to have it work for you, but it has to work for exactly what you're trying to sell. But for me, it just was not a stress-free sort of situation by any means. I was stressed out. I was constantly felt like I was working for nothing because, if I sell 10 things and I'm up till 6 in the morning doing it, I want to see the money sometime close to when I'm doing it, not 3 weeks later. So for me, that was the major reason why I walked away. And like I said before, I do the same amount of sales in 4 weeks as I did in 4 weeks before. I just had 3 of them off, when I was on Amazon, because that was the 3 weeks where I was broke, just chasing the money around. So it all balances out to the same for me anyways. Not everybody's going to have the same experience, but that's my experience with them. So there's no hard feelings with Amazon. They didn't hose me. They didn't screw me out of money or anything. It's just the way they do business doesn't work for the business that I'm in and how I want to continue to grow, everything that I do. So that's my story. Nothing against them necessarily. It just didn't work for me. And, I know a lot of people that are running into the same issues where they're having trouble scaling their business because they're small business and they need access to capital when they need access to it. They don't have the ability to wait those 3 weeks unless they have, a lot of money sitting in an account. And I got bills, roof over my head I got to pay for, kids, like most people. Not many people have a lot of money that they can live off of while they're waiting for money to come in. So it is what it is, but that's my story. And, I just want to kind of share that. And, for the people that wanted to know and were asking me about it. So that's that. You guys know the drill, though. That's going to do it for today. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and you found this information interesting or helpful to you. And of course, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay in the loop for all future videos here on the Retro Gaming Guy YouTube channel. That's it, though. Thank you guys so much for watching.